Finance legend Sir John Templeton is famous for saying that the four most dangerous words in investing are, "This time it's different." Until recently, I was in radical agreement with him. Too often, when people experience a new economic circumstance, they act as though it has never happened before, even though it may have happened frequently, just not in their lifetime. As another well-known saying goes, those people who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. To me, that means someone who's dealing with, for instance, inflation for the first time in their adult life will fall into the trap of thinking that their experience with inflation is unique, even if multiple generations in previous parts of the world have encountered inflation previously. With that cautionary tale in mind, I want to point out a few things that, in my opinion, really are without precedent. For starters, the leader of the free world is a convicted felon who admires autocrats and has little to no respect for societal norms. That may be of small consequence to some, but at any rate, it would be hard to argue that anything like this has ever happened before. Also, climate change is something that no generation ever had to face before. The threat is existential, and the challenge is mired in the tragedy of the commons. It seems everyone wants someone else to bear the burden of solving the problem. As time goes on, the problem is not only not being solved, it is becoming more and more challenging. There are other more subtle challenges in front of us. People around the world are getting older, and as they retire at traditional ages, are now living longer than ever before. All the while, their children and grandchildren are having fewer and fewer children of their own. It now looks as though every major nation on earth will soon have fewer people working to support more retirees than ever before. This is a massive challenge for economic growth. I'm not saying these problems can't be solved, just that these are problems that we have never ever encountered previously. Conventional wisdom holds that the past is not necessarily prologue, and history shows us that several problems that seemed beyond repair at one point in time have been resolved. Progress is all we've ever known. But just because we've always managed to solve the problems previously doesn't necessarily mean that we will be successful going forward. Investors should be prepared to look at the world through a lens where certain problems might not be easily solvable. Where that's the case, the way we invest might need to change. At a minimum, the way we think about investing needs to be more fully considered. John Maynard Keynes is famous for having quipped, "When my information changes, I alter my conclusions." What do you do, sir? I have concluded that portfolios in 2025 need to consider the very real and material changes that have occurred in the past few years. Has your financial advisor acknowledged these changes by recommending or making substantive changes to the way you invest? If not, don't you think it's time to discuss it? If you want to discuss these considerations with me, please get in touch.